We've had about 3 inches of snow. I'm in the Midwest. This is going to be a great tutorial on how to avoid anxiety and be safe here on the road. We're leaving early. We got our car warmed up. The biggest thing that I see is just getting comfortable in reading signs. This is a stop sign. It may seem common, but a lot of people don't stop and you're going to get a ticket. So this is a regulatory sign. You stop, minimum 3 seconds. Now we're going to move forward. You got to check traffic. Turn into the nearest lane. When I teach adults and teens, we try to keep the turn as short as possible. As you can tell, it's really bad out here. This is no joke. If this doesn't motivate you to learn how to drive, then I don't know what does. Also, the biggest reason why I see people fail, they don't understand no right turn on ramp. We stop, we look, we check, then we can go. This is a 2026 Equinox. The county did a good job of clearing the roads. Usually they're pretty bad, but you can't rely on the county. When you're learning how to drive, you've got to take care of yourself and get out here. We will be making a left-hand turn, getting into the middle turn lane to get onto the expressway. We're going to be getting on the I-94 corridor. The biggest entry I see to people learning how to drive is the cost factor post-COVID. All right, we got a green turning arrow. I'm going to watch this person. This Camaro is not really good for this type of weather. It's 28 degrees, so we're going to expect black ice. This is a clover leaf, and it's a circular curve with the chevron alignment signs on the left telling us we're going around to the right. All right, we got to pick up our speed. I don't see a blinker, I'm already out. It's taking a long time. We want to get out, get up to speed as quickly as possible. And we did some preconditioning of the engine because of the temperatures. Right to the middle lane. You can get a ticket if your car is not completely clean. I try to do my best, but it's really cold outside. I want to welcome you in. I'm a stick certified driving instructor. We're doing a POV on driving and anxiety. We want to get right to the middle lane. Temperature's 23 degrees. We can drive in the left lane if traffic is moving in all 3 lanes. I made a tutorial on that. A lot of people have questions. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make a lane change to the left. And you see traffic is moving. So I can be here. But if I'm just holding up cars, then you don't want to do that. So all 3 lanes are full. No complaints. About 70. Next, I think if you don't have a support source at home, if you're 25 or 27, maybe you're in an apartment, maybe your mom and dad go to work, which they probably still do. Most people work into their mid to early 60s, some 70s if you didn't plan properly. So you're probably watching this at home. Hopefully this motivates you to drive. All 3 lanes are full, so we're still good here. Next, I think drivers really get hung up on a certain pattern, and it differs from state to state. Michigan, Texas, Florida, Wisconsin, Kansas, Utah, Las Vegas, Nevada. It varies. Depends on the state you're in. We're in the left lane because you can see the yellow line to the left. This is meant as a tutorial and guidance for people with anxiety. This is not meant for someone who knows how to drive, who has at least 10 years. It takes 10 years to become a master. And I read your comments. A lot of people are resonating with this because we're speaking truth. And the goal is to get that anxiety out of your system. We're in a good pace right now. Nice and smooth. All lanes are moving. I am in the left lane, which is fine. I'm legal. I'm trying to keep a minimum of 1001, 1000. I'm about 3 seconds away from this Mitsubishi. Good morning, how are you doing? I want to welcome you in. Hello, LaShonda. How are you doing? Long time no see. Welcome in. Hopefully things are going good with you. Going pretty good with me. Happy New Year. Asa Malika. Nice to have you aboard. We got a cold one today. It's 29 degrees. Not including the wind chill is probably minus 19. We had a slight warm up, but it's very cold. So if I broke down, I have a hat on, I have gloves, I have a hat, I have my shoes on. You got to be ready in case you have a mechanical failure. That sucks, but I've been there with that flat tire or no start condition. Good, I'm glad you're good. If I was in New York, Northeast, 8 to 10 inches of snow. Some places have 2 feet. I definitely recommend just warming up your car. I don't like how that car cut over. Get some heat in the engine and transmission because you're going to be driving at a higher pace or a consistent pace. Thank you for the thumbs up. We don't want to hang around semi trucks, get our windshield cracked. Had a client got 3 windshield cracks. Don't hang around semi trucks. That's a part of anxiety too. Posted some videos of adult drivers out on the road, obtaining your license. It's very educational. I make educational content that helps prepare you for your road test. Okay, I'm lifting my foot around the curve. Tennessee, okay. You guys have a lot of snow like we do. Is it warm there? What's the temperature? I got both hands on the wheel. I'm at 10 and 2. You can see us going around this curve. Our neighbors from Tennessee. She routinely drives there. No snow, just cold. Lucky you. The pace is actually slowing down now. We lost about 14 miles an hour. I don't like this truck. Also had a question about tires. All-season tires, or most people get all-season tires. Okay, that fits summer, winter, spring, and fall. If we lived in Alaska or really extreme cold weather region, we probably have snow tires and then summer tires. I can choose to stay behind this car or change lanes. There's no need. All 3 lanes are moving. I don't want to be behind that white van. I won't be able to see. Trying to go in really carefully. We're on a bridge, so bridges do freeze first, and this can be slick, so I'm just reducing the speed. I definitely suggest you don't tailgate. You'll lose your competitive spacing. I try to have my students have good speed and good space. Fictional character you trust. Probably Harry Potter. What's the fictional character you guys trust? Traffic is moving pretty good. We're about 60. About 180 miles fuel range. My commute is about 46 miles one way. So you gotta have a reliable car. Oh, Sherlock Holmes. Oh, good one. That is a good one. Yes. Tom Clancy also, man. Whoa, yes. Man, Sherlock Holmes. Yes. Reading is still very important. And speaking of reading, a lot of people don't read their driver's education manual to prepare for their test. And then they miss very simple questions. And you can pass by one or fail by one. I think we should have testing across the United States because people are living longer. I'm not capping on our seniors. But if we're going to have people driving in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and even 100s, they need to be able to pass that knowledge test. Vision is the biggest issue. I've been blessed so far. I have good vision. Over 20/20. And we're just trying to, this is a really relaxed POV, right? Just taking our time, feeling comfortable, not gripping the wheel, pushing it. I had a driver on her second drive, really just stiff and pushing the wheel too close to the steering wheel. I told her, move your seat back. You want to be about 10 to 14 inches away. I have plenty of room if this car wants to get over. This Jeep, no problem. They can get over. All 3 lanes are still full, so I can be in the left lane. We're moving very nice. Also, windshield washer solvent, make sure you have your reservoir filled up. Now you can see it nice and clear. I think everyone should review their driving manual in their state just to stay up to date. Laws change. I'm hearing that the Trump administration are changing some laws for seniors. Ohio is requiring more hours behind the wheel, which I think is good. So if you're 21 or 22, you're going to have to take an additional 5 or 10 hours of classroom prep, which I think is good. I've been to Texas, Florida, California, Kansas, Michigan, Montreal. And winter weather reduced speed, crashes 2 times as likely. I agree. Everyone's pretty good in this lane. I'm going to get over one lane to the right for educational purposes. I see the driver in this mirror. I want to see and be seen. And then I'm going to go ahead and get over. The most common type of collisions are a side swipe and rear end collision. Thank you for the thumbs up. Now we're in the inside right lane. The dangers here, slow traffic merging out, getting cut off. So we're moving pretty good here. All 3 lanes are full. Keep good speed and good space. Also, car maintenance. If you know your car is sketchy, meaning your tires are bald, your windshield wiper blades are bad, you got a lot of check engine lights on, your car makes a weird sound and it barely starts, you're probably going to be stranded. I also see a lot of beginners that don't know how to put gas in the car, check the oil, because if you're traveling to Texas, Florida, Wisconsin, New York, Connecticut, Iowa, you want to make sure your car is roadworthy. That's the scariest feeling in the world. Just trying to keep space. And this is a pretty smooth drive. The white Mercedes is tailgating. And for educational purposes, most of these cars are 7 to 10 years old. New cars cost about $55,000 to $60,000. If you can pay it off within 4 years, that's pretty good. You don't want anything more. Oh, I see a huge backup. If you can't pay it off in 4 years, you're probably buying a car you can't afford. You should probably buy a car. Now I'm squeezing my brakes. I had an adult driver who was really hitting the brakes hard. And the most common collision is a rear end. So we don't want to hit those brakes real hard. But a used car is good because see them? Going too fast. What are you doing? Come on, man. That person in the Jeep is not paying attention. Okay? Never do that. Are you learning from them? So by looking ahead, you won't have to do that crap. By my hands being attending to, I'm paying attention. We have good space. You see how fast it happens. Through Atlanta, Georgia, Detroit, Michigan, Buffalo, New York, Chicago, Illinois. The traffic backup can happen immediately. I think a lot of people want to get out here and drive, but it's a financial hurdle. You don't have your support system. Maybe you're 19 to 27 and you just can't afford it. But most of you, I'm assuming, are working, and you might have to pay rent, or if you live at home, you're paying your parents' rent, which you should be doing. Because, after about 45, you're thinking about, getting early retirement, planning. I know, it is yikes, because people don't know how to drive. The further we get to the downtown hub, the worse it gets. I've got to go pick up a client. So we're on this ramp right now, and it's really short, and backups happen very fast. And people don't stop to the right. That's a service drive. This guy is begging. It's called panhandling. I don't know if it's mental illness. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm never going to lie to you. But I'm not here to judge people. I'm here to teach you how to drive and move you forward. Okay. See, he's just I mean, we each have circumstances, right? Now, I don't know if that's a social experiment or not. No, my brother not in PA or sister. Good morning. How are you? This is a crossover. This is definitely slick. I don't want to spin out. I've seen cars, and then we saw a car flipped over there on the grass. Oh, there's a police incident behind us. I don't want to hit this real hard because I don't want to slide out. I'm going to go ahead and stop. See how the people are honking, man? Take your time, bro. I've been to PA before. This car has no blinker. I'm a sister, no. Jeep has no blinker. So if we were pedestrians or we walked, we would get hit. I just want you to see this. Here's my cap. Whoa, straight ice, man. Now, do your cities have the flock cameras? That is an invasion of privacy. I'm just trying to take our time. The roads are slick. And coming up here, we're coming up to a school zone, regulatory sign. These are the areas that I take adult drivers in. You got to learn how to maneuver around these. They start road tests 8 o'clock in the morning, 7:45. Just as long as it's daylight, I'm gonna have a complete stop. Yep, I'm sliding. Then I'm gonna make that. This fool almost hit me. What the heck, bro? Wow. Woo. Almost hit me, man. Dang. What is up, bro? Wow. That's not cool, bro. Almost hit me, man. Now that's gonna be a problem. Okay, I don't like that. Don't like that. Definitely don't like that, man. People have problems, man. Stop is stop. If they would have hit me, it would have been over, man. I'm trying to be careful. They almost hit me, man. That's the teachable moment. They almost hit me. You can be doing everything right, and then they can hit you. Let's talk about feedback. You see us driving out here, and a lot of people are not paying attention. They are not stopping, not using blinkers. I'm reviewing this material. I'm an instructor. How do we prepare for the week? You want to set some goals. I believe in having a goal sheet, a goal board. You write your goals down for the week. Okay, I want to start eating healthy. I want to get up earlier. I want to tell a loved one that I miss them and appreciate them. I want to start saving money, right? Next, this information is critical for positive manifestation. It's real. We want to have positive manifestation. I'm going to show you this. That car didn't stop. And you're probably saying, who cares? Well, if you get lazy and not stop at stop signs, that is a civil infraction. And there's another car coming. Let's do an experiment. Let's see if they stop. That's a rolling stop. So if you want to be that type of driver, you can go right ahead and do that. But you're going to end up having an accident. I'm just chilling right here. Let me see who's coming out. That's another car. They don't stop. I want you to see real life out here. I don't care where you're in the country or the world. People don't stop. And don't say it's Americans. Hey, good morning. How are you? A lot of people are just not following those rules. So a simple stop sign is S-T-O-P. Okay? What's up, Williams? Next, um, scaffolding. We want to lay out layers of educational process, um, a reading pamphlet, uh, a video analysis, a case study of people driving. Why do accidents happen? Why do people have anxiety? We want to have doctors available that you can talk to. I have friends who are behavior specialists. We're putting together programs to help people with anxiety around driving. That's important. The inquiry process. What is the purpose of this guided inquiry is for adults to transfer knowledge and or skills they have acquired through the lesson. You're watching a driver's education lesson on anxiety. What are some of the triggers? What causes it? How do you prevent it? Gradual exposure. A guided inquiry requires interactive instruction between the teacher, the student, to ensure the students get the most out of the activity. By me going live, showing you a POV, you're going to learn. By me showing you how dangerous the roads are, I'm going to show you the ice. This is no joke. It's straight ice out here. A car almost rear-ended me because I didn't stop. I wanted to be a tow truck driver also to get my CDL. You want to help people get your CDL class 1, I believe, go through your training, getting people out of emergency situations. It never hurts to have an additional certification. I have my driver's license. I have a chauffeur's license. Get that additional certification. Be multi-skilled. That's definitely, and I'm not too old, but being a semi-truck driver, getting my class 2. Oh, the record. Oh yeah, huge, because you can make thousands by getting trucks, cars out of it, right? I would say definitely investigate it. It's worth it because there's a shortage of drivers across the country. There's a shortage of driving instructors. So you can name your price. And I'm not greedy. I want to be paid for what I'm doing. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy having you guys see this. Next, review the inquiry process. We're here to prepare you to drive. You're here to learn. You're here to watch. You're here to get guidance. You're here to reaffirm your affirmation. By me being an instructor and taking the time to do this, I know my purpose. You want to see driving content. You want to learn. You want to feel comfortable. You want to know that you're safe. And make sure that students understand what the question is they're being asked. How do we reduce anxiety? Gradual exposure. Have a person you can trust. Have a person that won't be very critical of you. The one thing I've learned to do teaching adults and teens is watch, be patient, support them, allow them to make small micro mistakes in these videos that I put out. And I'm updating videos, reading comments, putting together my community. All of you who watch this, you're in the community, whether you're in the United States, the UK, UAE, Australia. I'm appreciative, and I need you to subscribe. I need you to join. I need you to leave comments. You need to have access to different articles. There's good driver's education literature across the country. AAA is the national organization. The National Highway Safety Transportation Administration, that's a good organization. You want to have scholarly sources. Anyone can mount a phone and start videoing. That's fine. But talk about what you know. Talk about what you're passionate in. Allow students to ask questions through the process. Ask those questions. Get your CDL. I want to get my CDL class 1 and be a limousine driver. That's a good side job. Okay. This information is critical for students to ask questions and compelling questions and collect the information needed to present their conclusion. You're watching this to get a conclusion. Get the CDL. I'm trying to be careful. People are not careful around me. Does that make me feel in danger? Yes, sometimes. Am I scared? No. Am I stupid? No. Do we all make mistakes? Yes. No one is perfect. All of you are watching this, we all make mistakes. Going too fast, going too slow, not checking a blind spot. Last week, I almost got sideswiped by an F-250. I was in the right lane. A truck was merging down. I was going too slow. I almost got sideswiped. I'm not going to get hit by the semi, but it happens. These I-94 ramps are very short. I'm going to put together some printables for you. Okay, you got to click the link in the description, and then I have a stand store. You can purchase some of these materials. We put together this process. Okay. Collaborative learning. We have a community. I put some new posts out, some good questions. I'm trying different things. When you go to the community page, answer some of those questions. And then that gives me ideation for ideas you want. Preview the text in class. When we go live, I'm going to start sharing more information so you can actually, this is a real live class, right? Next, deconstruct academic vocabulary, speed control. This means how fast or slow you're going. Lane line reference, being between the lines. Reference angles, 3-point turnaround, road test. These are key words that you should know. Think out loud. We think out loud. Why don't cars stop at stop signs? People think it's not important. Law enforcement is not around. But we're watching. Let's look at this car. See if they're going to stop. Nope. Why don't cars stop? It's not important. And you feel comfortable running stop signs, and then you're going to start doing it all the time. If we can flip the script, and we're police officers, most people will stop. But if they get a ticket, they'll be reminded. So I'll never get a stop sign ticket. If I'm going to get a ticket, it's going to be a really, really, really huge speeding ticket. You feel me? Next. I'm reading off my list. I have about 5 minutes left with you guys. Put your questions in. Opening question. Ask students to think out loud and respond to a compelling question. What influences anxiety? Can you guys tell me what influences anxiety? Maybe you had a traumatic experience. Maybe your mom and dad scream at you. Maybe you've been in an accident and you're not motivated to get back into the car. I remember when I first got my Camaro, it's a street strip car. I almost crashed in Alabama, Motorsport Park, going about 130. Literally, I didn't have experience. I was overconfident, clearly. The car launched, it veered to the left. Literally, I almost hit the wall. But thank God, I lifted my foot, I turned the wheel back, and I got back into the groove. My insurance agent said, Myles, if you don't get back into that car, you will never drive again. I got back in, and I went 149 miles an hour at about 9.20 and pulled a parachute. So you have to have that exposure and people around you, like-minded people. Okay? Ron Rhodes, he's in Delaware. He crashed his beautiful Camaro during the Christmas tree races in Florida at Cletus's race. He's been racing 30 years. I love his beautiful Camaro. He said, well, boys, the car's banged up a little bit. He cut out the parts. The frame wasn't damaged. It happened. If you race long enough or you drive long enough, you might have a side swipe or rear end. Explain to students that they are going to be taking part in an inquiry. We're doing an inquiry right now. I'm telling you stories of how I've overcome anxiety. I used to have a IROC Z, young instructor, going too fast on the expressway, doing about 85, 90, going around a curve. I saw water drip down. It was icy. I literally spun out. I don't know how I did not crash, but I learned from those experiences. Slow down, quit acting a fool, right? Be prepared, okay? I want to live to become 30. I want to have a family. I love On Scene TV. Real talk, T, that's one of the links in this channel. And I show my class On Scene TV too. There was one guy, he was going to do a drive-by in a Camaro. He was doing 140, rear-ended the car. Long story short, he killed 3 people. He was in Texas, and his life is ruined. Young guy, under 25. Who does a drive-by at 140 miles an hour when a bunch of late teens, early, because he had a fast car, he thought he was fast and furious. I'm gonna have to link that clip. I like On Scene TV because you see real life. Seniors parking at Tim Hortons. They think it's in park, it's not, the car goes through. People, one man was going to a gym. He thought his car was in park. The car went into the building, the car went into the pool. Okay? People making poor decisions. We need to see real life. I love On Scene TV, and I definitely pay a channel membership every month. It's well worth the educational process. Teacher's note, it is more support. If more support is needed, review each step in the inquiry process, pause after each step. And we think alike. On Scene TV is real. Okay? A person in a Corvette wasn't paying attention. Rear-ended a semi-truck, went underneath, and unfortunately, they survived, but the whole top of the car was ripped off. Be sure to check for understanding, answer any questions your students may have regarding this step. The guided inquiry will provide some information for your students, such as compelling questions. Students will engage in and write their claim. What is your claim? Why do people have anxiety? They had traumatic experience. They don't have a support system. We want to take you step by step. I want to say thank you all. We'll be going live again. It could be at 11:30, but most likely about 3:45 p.m. I want to say thank you. I need you to have a great day. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow. Leave comments.